You and I have got some serious talking to do, young man. How long are you going to be drawing those silly little sketches of yours, huh? Why can't you be more like your perfect sister Sonia, huh? She's so good at everything, and has already done so much with her life.
Hi there, Mom. I agree with you that Sonia is pretty incredible, and I'm really proud to have her as a sister. But I really don't see why you always need to be comparing my life to hers.
Oh, please. What would some snot-nosed little teenager like you know about life, huh? You don't know the first thing about hard work, and all you want to do is play all day and never have to worry about the serious matters in life. This is why you're never ever going to be on the same level as your sister. Do you get it?
Well, I just think that you should know that the only person who tells me that I'll never be good enough all the time are you and Sonia, actually.
That's because we're the ones who know you best and see the total lack of promise that you show for anything. All you do is sit around the house all day, watch TV, and draw your stupid drawings. Not only that, but now you've got some new stupid gadget to keep drawing when you should be focused on more important things.
Oh, you mean my tablet? Well, yeah, I think that basically every modern digital artist has one of these now. So anyways, if you see it, just know that it's not a sketchbook or anything. It's actually a pretty expensive piece of hardware.
You think I care all about what that is? The moment I see that machine again, I'm going to rip it out of your hands and throw it in the trash.
I wouldn't do that, Mom. This actually doesn't belong to me at all. It belongs to your brother.
You mean it belongs to your Uncle Mark? Why do you have it?
Well, I guess this is kind of an older model, but he knows how much I like to draw and said that I could hold on to it. Although, given that Uncle Mark is a really famous artist, I seriously doubt that what he uses now are the cheap tablets. This one seems like it's still in really good condition though, even though it's an older model. So if you threw it away, I think that you'll probably just end up getting your brother mad at you. He might even make you pay to replace it if you do anything to damage it.
And just why in the world is your uncle lending you something so expensive then, huh?
Well, because like I said, he knows that I want to be an artist too. So I think that he wanted to let me learn what it's like to draw on this thing. And I don't think it would be very polite of me to return it to him since he brought it all the way here for me the last time that he visited.
Well, just what do you think you're going to do if you break it while you use it, huh?
Well, Uncle Mark told me that he doesn't care if I'm the one who breaks it as long as I'm very, very careful with it.
Ugh, I just can't even with you. You seriously drive me crazy. Do you know that?
Hey, Uncle Mark, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I did just as you said, and it actually worked. I told my mom that this tablet was basically brand new and really expensive, and that you would be mad if anything happened to it, and she agreed not to touch it. Oh, really? You mean she gave it up that easily? Well, if that's all it took, we should have thought of that a long time ago. But I still do really think this is a nice tablet. Are you sure that you want me to have it? Of course you can have it. I wouldn't have given it to you if I didn't want you to have it, Ted. I mean, it is true that it's a slightly older model, and I already have a newer one for me to work on anyway, so I have no problem with you holding on to that one anyway. Just don't break it. Thank you so much, Uncle Mark. Well... What's the matter? Aren't you happy with your new tablet and that your mom isn't gonna touch it? Why are you doing this for me? I don't understand it. I know that you know I really want to be an artist like you when I grow up, and that's why I practice so much. But I also know that I'm nowhere near as brilliant as my sister or anything like that. I guess I don't think I'm worthy of you giving me things like this, or encouraging me the way you do. I'm just not worth it. Are all those things that your mom has said to you, Ted? Yeah, whenever I do anything or show her one of my drawings, she always compares it to something that Sonia has done. I can never stand on my own. I always have to live in the shadow of my own sister. I really wonder about what her deal could be. I mean, that is no way for a parent to be talking about her kid at all. I've tried going up to her as her brother, as your uncle, and telling her to ease up with the way she treats you, but she just never ever listens to me. But why not? Why does she treat me like this? Can't she see that I'm trying my best? Ted, do you think your mother acting like this has gotten worse ever since your parents got their divorce? I just wonder if she's clinging on to how smart and brilliant Sonia is because she can see her in your dad, and that's why she's favoring your sister. So then, you think that Sonia's super smart too? Well, I do think she's very smart, but I don't think that's the only thing of value that someone can bring to the table. You mean that being smart isn't the most important thing that someone can be? I mean, I'm no philosopher or anything, so I don't know how to make this sound pretty, but I think that we all have something inside of ourselves that's different that we can contribute. You think that it's okay for everyone to be a little different? But Mom is always telling me to be more like Sonia. I know, but that's your mom's problem. But what I'm trying to say is that you need to realize that you have value inside yourself. You shouldn't derive your self-worth from what other people have to say about you, because you'll never be able to be yourself if you do. But the one thing that you can never do, Ted, is to believe that you're worthless, okay? I have to believe that I'm not worthless? That's right, you do have worth, and as you grow up, paths are gonna open up for you, and you're gonna be able to show the world what you've been keeping inside of you. You really think that one day someone's gonna like my drawings, Uncle Mark? I know that one day people are gonna hold up your art and say that that is the work of a brilliant artist. But just remember that what I've said here doesn't just apply to you. You have to remember that everyone has something that they're passionate about. We just so happen to be lucky because we both love drawing, so just know that you can always come to me for any advice or supplies or anything else that you might need. I want you to know that you have people rooting for you, and that even if you don't believe it, I know that you have value. Uncle Mark, thank you so much. I promise that I won't let you down. I'll never give up on my drawings. Don't worry about letting me down, kiddo. Worry more about letting yourself down.
Well, it's official. Your sister is going to be studying abroad in Italy, and I'm going to go with her.
Wait, what? So Sonia got into a college in Italy? Is she still not going to be starting in school until around September?
That's what the schedule says. Can you believe that this is all really happening? It's so exciting!
And you're really gonna be going with her? Are you just gonna help her move and settle into her new school or something?
No. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to stay there so that I can be there for your sister whenever she needs any support from me. Basically, her and I are going to go start our new lives in Italy. Isn't that great?
Wait, so you're gonna go and live there permanently? What am I supposed to do? I mean, if you and Sonia are on the other side of the world, what am I gonna do?
I don't know, but we're certainly not going to take you with us, that's for sure.
You're really not gonna take me? You're just gonna leave me here?
Oh please, you're already 16, Ted. We can't just babysit you forever.
I can't believe that you're gonna go and abandon your own son to go and live in another country. How could you?
Oh please, I'm not abandoning you. I've been saving up money so that I can give it to you as a goodbye present. It should be enough to tide you over until you're 18.
And you think that makes what you're doing okay? I haven't even finished high school, Mom. You can't just leave me here. Isn't that, like, illegal or something? There has to be some kind of process. You can't just abandon me like this, okay? I'm still a kid. You can't just make me live on my own.
No, nothing like that. I told your dad about what Sonia and I were doing and told him that you would be going to live with him now.
You just decided that for me too then, didn't you? You think that I want to go and live with him and his new wife and family?
I think that he lives just a town away, and it really is the simplest solution for all of this.
But you know that I can't just show up on his doorstep and demand he take me in, right? I mean, him and his wife have kids. I can't just barge in on them like that.
Well, it sounds to be like you don't really have a choice in the matter if you want a home. After all, your brilliant, amazing sister and I are going to go live in Europe now. And you aren't in any position to tell us otherwise.
So you're telling me that I really don't matter to you at all then? The only person who you think has any value in this family is you and Sonia?
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
I see. I guess I finally understand how things really are here then.
What are you going on about now, you little weirdo?
Nothing that concerns you, Mom. I was just talking to myself, really. But if you really think that I'm not worth even being a parent to, then I understand that just fine. Have a nice time in Italy, and I hope you choke on a meatball. Uncle Mark, please, are you there? I need you to get back to me right now. This is really serious. I have something I have to tell you, and well, it's kind of selfish, I think. Wait, what? You have something selfish to tell me? Well, that seems kind of unlike you, Ted. But anyway, what is it? What do you want to tell me? I'm thinking of dropping out of high school, and I would really like it if you came here to live with me. Wait, what? You're thinking of dropping out of high school? Ted, are you serious? Yeah, my mom and sister are gonna move to Italy for Sonia's college, and they're gonna leave me here. I'd heard that they were gonna move out, but I guess I'd assumed that they would bring you too. Well, they're just leaving me here to fend for myself, basically. But anyway, I would really like it if I can go and live with you. You mean that you really would want to come here and live with me? I really would. I mean, I know that I should be sad, but more than anything, I just feel so free about this. I'm already 16, so I can get a job and stuff like that. And if things get really bad, then I can always go to my dad for help. But your dad and mom have been divorced for almost 10 years now. Don't you barely talk to your dad anyways? Besides, I heard that he'd never even paid your mom a cent of child support. And isn't he living with his new family and kids now anyway? That's all true, so I guess if I think about it, it would be difficult for me to approach him like this. Well, then I guess both you and I don't really have any other options, do we? I'll take you in, Ted. You can come and live with me. Really? You mean it? I really never thought my sister was capable of doing something like this. Leaving one of her children to go and run away to another country? It really is just horrible. But I'm not gonna let you fall through the cracks because of this. Uncle Mark, thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of paperwork that you and I are gonna have to do. But if you come and live with me, then you have to promise that you're gonna finish high school and get your diploma, okay? So, start packing your bags and I'll talk to my wife about what's going on and try to convince her. I'm sure that she'll say yes, though. I can't believe this is really happening. Is it bad to say that I've dreamt about going to live with you and leaving my mom and sister before? Well, I can't really blame you for all that if I'm being honest. I know that I should be more sad or mad or upset, but I'm actually just so happy right now. Isn't that weird? I don't know if I've ever felt like this before. Well, hold on to that feeling and keep your spirits up, okay, Ted? Pack your bags and text me when you're done so I can go and pick you up.
Are you there? It's your mom. I think it's been something like 3 years since you and I last spoke, so please get back to me. I heard from a friend that you graduated high school and you've already found a job as an artist. Is that true? I heard that you're making quite a bit of money from that too. Well, anyways, the truth is that I'm coming to move back to the US and I would really like it if you and I could live together. It would just be like the old times, so please start moving back into our old house and get things ready for me. Okay? Ted, are you there? What are you doing? Where are you? I thought I told you that I wanted our old house ready for me to move back into. Why are there all these strangers living here? Huh? Just, where are you right now? Answer me.
Well, it's been quite some time since I heard from you.
And just what kind of way is that to talk to your mother, huh? Who do you think you are?
My mother? Sorry, but my mom and dad are at home. You're nothing to me.
Nothing to you? How can you say that? I'm your mother and you will treat me with respect. Now tell me where you're living right now.
I've already told you I'm living with my mom and dad.
I see. So basically, you're living with my brother and his wife. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I guess that's another way to put it, yeah.
Well, then this makes things that much more simple. I'm going to be moving in with you in his house then. Then I'm going to go to the courts, make them give you back to me, and then you and I are going to live together while you pay for everything with your job.
I'm afraid that isn't going to be happening. I'm 18 and you have no say over my life anymore.
But how can you be so young and already make so much money? It doesn't make sense.
Well, I've actually been making money off my art since I was still in high school. My new dad and I started uploading videos about how to draw and different techniques, and we became a big hit. And since then, people have been reaching out wanting more videos or even to buy our art.
But, I mean, I've heard that you've been featured in galleries and expos. You're always going around to all these different events and meeting all these amazing people. I decided to come back because it sounded to me like you were finally in a good spot to take care of me.
Actually, I'm not doing any of those things at all. I'm just helping my dad with them.
Wait a second. Are you telling me that your Uncle Mark is the one being invited to all these galleries and expos? Even the signings and fancy galas too?
That's right. My dad is quite the famous artist now, didn't you know that?
I had no idea at all. When did all this happen?
Well, he's already published 3 art books, and he even has his own gallery now. He's even been featured in a new novel as the illustrator. He really is blowing up.
I had no idea about any of that.
Yes, I can tell that you had no idea since you thought I was the only one doing all this. Although, maybe you're just confused because my dad and I started working together on YouTube. But now I'm handling all of that.
How did it all come to this? Hey! What the heck is going on? Where are you? Where is your uncle? How are all these strangers in his house, and what is going on here?
What do you want this time?
I want to know where you all are. You told me you were living with my brother, and now I'm at his house, and none of you are here.
Wait a second, are you at his old house?
Old house? What do you mean? I'm at the house that he's always lived at. What I want to know is where you all are.
Oh, well, we all moved from there a while ago now, actually.
Wait, you all moved? Are you serious? Did you really do that?
Yeah, I think it was not long ago after I graduated high school, actually.
Well, tell me where you're all living right now.
Yeah, that is not going to be happening. Why don't you just go back to Italy and live with my perfect sister, huh?
I can't stand that girl anymore. Ever since she started school, her grades have been slipping, and she even got knocked up by some guy and had a kid. She just doesn't know how to be responsible anymore, and that's why I came back here to live with you.
I see, so that's the real reason why you came running back to me. Well, unfortunately for you, I don't feel like telling you at all where we live. You ran away and abandoned me, and I have no reason to help you. You're on your own. Hey, Clara, you need to leave my son alone. Do you understand me?
Mark? Is that really you? Just who do you mean when you say your son? You don't have any kids at all, and we both know it. Are you talking about Ted? Because you know damn well that he is my son, and you can't keep him.
Actually, Ted is an adult now, and he can make that decision for himself. It's not your place, mother or not, to order him around anymore.
And just what is this supposed to mean? How dare you talk to his real mother like that? You don't get to tell me what I can't do and can do with my own child.
Well, your own child said he's gonna block you on everything so that you can never talk to him again. How does that make you feel?
He's going to block me? Are you kidding me? He can't do this. I'm his mother. He needs to learn some respect.
Actually, we were just waiting for the day when you might come back. He had already deleted your contact information when you left, but he realized it meant that he wasn't able to block you. So now that you've reached out to him, he was finally able to put the last nail in the coffin and keep you away from him.
How could you do this to me? You turned my own son against me. You're terrible. Do you realize that?
No, Clara, you have done that to yourself. Ted is my son, and there's nothing you can say that's gonna change the truth in our hearts.
Your hearts? What kind of artsy-fartsy hippie crap is that? He is my son, and that is final.
Well, if he is your son, then you've been doing a terrible job of being a mother, considering the fact that he doesn't even want to talk to you anymore.
But I thought if I pushed to be like his sister that he could be something great.
That's just it, Clara. He was already someone great and you just couldn't see it. Maybe it was because you were so taken with your daughter. But you couldn't see the potential inside your son, and that's why he isn't yours anymore. I mean, the one thing a mother should do is try and bring out the best in their child, and let them explore their interests in a productive way. But instead, you were always putting him down, making fun of his drawings, and making him feel like his own life didn't have any worth at all.
It doesn't matter what you say. I'm still his mother. Nothing is ever going to change that.
Just give it up already, Clara. Don't you think you've already done enough to the poor boy? Why are you treating him like he's an object?
I'm not doing that. How dare you tell me how to treat my own son? Just who do you think you are, huh?
Did you know that your own daughter reached out to me not long ago after you arrived back here?
She did? What did she say? Why would she reach out to you?
Well, she told me about how when she wanted to go to Italy, it was to get as far away from you as possible, but you insisted on going with her anyway.
What are you talking about? I went there to go and support her. She's my brilliant daughter, and I would do anything for her.
Well, she explained to me how she cracked under the constant pressure that you were putting on her, and that's why she dropped out of her school. She told me about how she's married and has a kid now, and that she's very happy with her life, and regrets the way she treated her brother when she was younger.
How dare she stab me in the back like that? Doesn't she understand how much I sacrificed to go and be there with her? So what? You're telling me that I'm just alone, that everyone thinks I'm the bad guy just because I was trying to do what's best for my children? How is that fair?
She even told me to tell Tad that she's so sorry for everything, and that if he can ever forgive her, that he's welcome to go and see her. If you still think that's what's going on here, then I think this conversation is over. Have a nice life and just leave us out of it, okay? Before moving to Italy, my mom actually worked from home with an online job. She figured that she would be able to move because she could work as long as she had a computer. But apparently the time difference was too much for her company, and after she moved, she quickly lost her job. She thought that she could get it back when she moved back here, but her company wasn't hiring. Realizing that she had no one willing to help her, she spent her savings to put money down on a small apartment, and she's back to working in person. I ended up blocking her on everything, and I have no idea what she's up to now. As for my new family and I...
Naomi, we need to talk right now. I can't believe what's actually happening right now. I'm your mother, and I'm trying to talk to you. Have you seriously just gone and dropped out of medical school? Do you not want to go anymore or something? You've been enrolled for less than 1 year, and you go and drop out already? You've completely failed us already, and within the years as well. Our family come from a generation of doctors. You're our oldest daughter. It's your destiny to do this, and now you just go and throw it all down the drain. You just drop out as soon as you got in your position in medical school. Did you even think about what you're doing to us? How do you think this makes us look as a family? Mom, please stop and hear me out, okay? I can't help the situation that I'm in at the moment. I'll tell you what's going on. I've been admitted to the hospital, so I can't go to medical school. That's why I'm not enrolled anymore. Excuse me? What? Whatever do you mean? You're in the hospital? How did you end up in the hospital? So, my recovery is not happening as fast as we expected. I don't think I will be able to process further into the course due to the lack of credits I need to earn. When I told Dad about this, he said that no one in our family has ever had to repeat their papers or even a grade. Now that he says that, I would rather just drop out completely than repeat my courses and always be falling behind compared to the other students. I can't help what's happening anymore, Mom. In addition to that, even though Dad, Grandpa, and Great-Grandpa were doctors, do you really think that I should be forced to be a doctor? Especially if it means that I have to give up doing what I really want to do? You can't be like this. Our family, we're doctors. You can't just ignore what you're born to do. You're the oldest born and you need to be a doctor just like your father. Mom, listen, please. Of course. I can just see that the job of a doctor is super difficult even to the unrestrained eye. I can truly respect how much work and effort needs to go to get into this profession. However, I have realized that whether or not I want to pursue this career is now a different matter. I don't think it's for me. If I were in the condition that I am right now, I shouldn't be forced to be a doctor as I can't do much. If I screw up, I could cause major medical errors and get into a lot of trouble. I don't want to harm anyone who needs medical attention. I know this is a bad thing to say right now, but I'm glad that I have the opportunity to drop out of medical school so that I can pursue something that I actually want to do. If you plan on not continuing to be a doctor, then stop wasting the efforts and money we used to get you into medical school. Please give me a full refund of all the expenses you've incurred since getting into university and medical school. Okay, Mom, sure. I promise you that the entire amount will be transferred into Dad's account within a year from being discharged from the hospital. You will get it all back, I promise. Wait, what? What do you mean within the year? You're actually going to be able to do that? How is that possible? Yeah, as I've already decided what I'm going to do next. Getting money to you isn't going to be an issue for me. The salary has already been sorted. That's impossible if you're not got a degree. Getting paid means you have to work. It means you need to graduate university. You've only graduated high school, right? Oh my God, Naomi. I can't believe that an unsuccessful high school graduate came from a dignified family of doctors. We can't have that in our family. You need a higher education. If you're not going to do university anymore, then I have no choice but to disown you. Get out of our family. You're not welcome in this house anymore. Okay, Mom, if that's your intention, then go ahead. I knew something like this might happen when I started living alone without any remittance as soon as I graduated from high school. I've still got some of my belongings at your house. I'll have to ring a moving company to remove my stuff, so please just leave it there and don't do anything to it. What are you saying? You're going to make me keep your stuff until you get it? You've always been such a selfish daughter. Only thinking about yourself and not your family and what we've been implicated with. If you throw out my stuff without my permission, I want to be compensated for it if you do. You really think you can boss your family around? You're on thin ice, Naomi. Do you seriously think I'll just do what you say? I'm your mother. You listen to me. You're not welcome here, and I want the money for your university expenses. Mom, I don't have high expectations, and I didn't have any from the beginning when I needed to tell you what's happening. You don't have to come and visit me even though I'm here in the hospital all by myself. Also, I'm planning to move out of the house that I'm currently in very soon. My address will more than likely change. On that note, I guess I'll say goodbye. Don't worry, I'll pay Dad very soon. Goodbye, Mom. Take care.
Hey, Naomi, are you available to talk right now? I just wanted to check in and tell you what's going on. The belongings that you had at your parents' house have just arrived, and I've got it in my storage room. The next thing on the to-do list is to move out of the apartment we're moving out of. I plan on going ahead with everything next weekend.
Oh, Grant, you sweet man. Thank you so much for doing all of that. You're working so hard. I'm sorry for having to get the company to go over to be with you and hand my stuff over. I hope it wasn't too much of a hassle.
No, you're fine, Naomi. Everything's going smoothly here. Don't worry about a thing.
Even though I have to pay for my hospital expenses, I still got to pay for everything else. Everything's such a mess right now in my family.
Well, I'm with you, Naomi. You're finally free from your parents' power, especially your mother. I'm here for you, and we'll get through this together. I'm on your side, and I'll do anything to support you and do whatever is necessary to get you through this tough time. Right now, your priority is to heal and make a speedy recovery. We'll get you out of the hospital as soon as possible.
You're the sweetest guy, Grant. Thank you so much for your cooperation and understanding. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to get myself out of the hospital bed and moved into our new place. Then we can really start a new life together away from my parents. Hey, Grant, are you there? I need to ask you something. I just want to know how that thing is going. It is highly likely that the marriage will be called off.
Hi, Naomi. Yeah, I believe so. There's no doubt about it, to be honest.
Oh, right. I see what you mean.
Yeah. Oh, Naomi, one more thing. The groom requested that well, it looks like I'll have to be there as well.
Oh, is that so? Well, I guess you should be there. It'll be better if you go.
Okay then, but what should you do though? It's not completely unrelated to you, but maybe they don't want to see you when all this is going on. What do you think? No matter what I think, it would be best for me to just go alone. You don't need to be caught up in all this drama.
Okay, no problem, my dear. I feel like this will be a turning point for the next thing that's going to happen. Well, in a way. I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, I'll catch up with you later, sweet lady.
I can't believe what's going on right now. Did I seriously just passed my daughter who thought just dropping university was a good idea? Was that really you, Naomi? Why is an incompetent loser who dropped out of middle school doing around here? Ha ha! I cracked myself up. Oh, it's you, Mother. I suppose it's nice to hear from you, Donna. How many years has it been? 7 years or so, right? Well, aren't you a little smart, Alec? Do you understand that this is a wedding venue? Your little sister, Nadia, is having a wedding ceremony here. You didn't call to see if you were invited or not. Actually, why would you even be here when you're not welcome? You have to leave right now. You have got no right to be here. You know what, Mother? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay where I am. Do you dare disobey me, you little brat? What do you mean you're not going to leave? Did you forget that I cut you out of the family? Don't you remember? You don't belong in our unit anymore. You've got no right to be here celebrating with us at Nadia's wedding ceremony and reception. Are you kidding me, Mother? You're talking about rights now? Since when did this sort of thing mean anything to you? As a family of doctors, we decided that there would be no daughter in our family that was gonna drop out of medical school and bring shame and failure to our family. Ha ha ha. Your failures are hindering how successful this wedding ceremony is going to be, so you need to leave this instant. Ha ha. I don't think it matters that I'm a dropout or anything like that. I'm not bothering anyone. As long as we don't get into each other's ways, then everything should go smoothly. What are you even talking about? Oh, I see what's going on here. Do you work at this wedding venue by any chance? If it's true, I can't believe you're still working at a place like this. Even when we cut you off, you still can't progress in any time of career. No surprises there, haha. Well, if you still work here, I guess I'll treat you like a customer would on days like today. Might I get my shoes all nice and polished? Be a dear and do something like that for me. I'm the customer, of course. I wore my best dress and heels today, so they need tidied up. Too bad for you that your saddle was such a crappy job. Oh dear, Mother. I suppose you haven't heard what's going on with me, then. Huh? What are you talking about? What could I possibly not know about you? Even though I cut you off, I still know you've accomplished nothing. Mother, I'm not a staff member at this wedding venue. So no, I don't need to polish your heels up or anything. What do you want to say then, Naomi? Are you going to spit it out? Oh, I might just leave it for now. You'll find out in a little while, don't worry. It's not something I want to reveal to you. Not yet. Reveal what? What are you saying? What are you up to? Stop messing me about. You'll find out, Mother. Have some patience. You're old. You should be able to do that much. Excuse me for now, Mother. Don't talk to me like that. If you're presented in this wedding hall, you're probably a staff member. No matter how you look at it, you're probably lying so that you don't show how much of a failure you are. When you feel so crappy about your life, it's just a natural thing to lie. We know the truth and we know how much of a failure you've made this family. Just such a wretched thing to do. But honestly, it doesn't surprise me when it comes to you, Naomi. What the heck's going on here? What have you done? Grow, Naomi. Your existence has been discovered. And just like that, the situation has... I can't believe what's happening. Are you being serious right now? Are you a lawyer? Well, I'm not exactly a lawyer. No, currently I'm working at a law firm and studying to become a lawyer. My husband, who is a qualified lawyer, by the way, was sitting next to the groom and they were having a little discussion. What the heck? Rewind and freeze! We need to go back a little. I can't believe this. You're actually married? And your husband? He's a lawyer? Like, an actual lawyer? And you're using your husband to ruin your little sister's wedding? Your own little sister? You've come to ruin her special day? Are you insane? That's why you came here? The groom requested that we should be here for him, especially me. There's obviously a lot of misunderstanding going on here, so what you're saying is not true. I'm not ruining anything at all. But why would you choose today to come and make an appearance? What's your deal, Naomi? Even though there's a ceremony going on, I want to explain what's happening to you. His new bride, my lovely little sister, he discovered that she was cheating on him yesterday. He found all this out a day before what's supposed to be a memorable and special day. The groom wanted to settle the matter before the wedding took place. I hurriedly consulted my husband about the unfortunate situation. Luckily, he's a lawyer, so he could discuss things with the groom. He was invited as a guest by the groom, so he came. For some reason, I came because I'm the groom's friend, and the bride happens to be my little sister. So, the groom found out yesterday that an affair was taking place. Is that why no guests showed up for the ceremony? Ding, ding, ding! Right on the money, Mother. That's why, yes. I haven't heard about any of the details in terms of telling anyone what's going on, but it seems like the guests were informed in advance that the wedding was cancelled. Just hold on a minute, please. I'm trying to get my head around all of this. This can't be happening right now. How could the wedding just be cancelled like that? I heard that Nadia was having an affair with a trainee doctor at another hospital. She could have had a better chance with a career if she just stayed out of trouble and married the next director of the hospital where my husband worked. It also seems that Nadia was just attracted to his title and wanted that when she got married to him. She probably thought she could get away with it. You can't just let people do bad things, right? Even for your own gain, as karma's very real, Mother. Oh, how on earth did all of this happen? What has happened to my family? Why are my daughters doing this to me? What have I ever done to deserve this? My eldest daughter goes and quits medical school and now plans to become a lawyer. My second daughter, who was our family's only hope, goes and ruins her marriage. Would you both just quit it already? I'm so over this as a mother. Stop it! You wouldn't believe this, Mother, but I talked to Nadia after all of the discussions were had. She told me that she was just imitating Mom and what she's done. Huh? Excuse me. What do you mean? I haven't done anything at all. This is all your fault for stepping back into our lives. My husband just handed me divorce papers. What's going on? Huh? Who's this? Oh, Mother. Oh, so nice to hear from you. It's been a couple weeks since we last talked. This is not the time to say hello. I'm in a crisis here. Your father is asking to get a divorce from me. Oh, is that right? Maybe because he found out that you've been cheating on him for the last 20 years, Donna. Dad and Nadia took a DNA test to see if he actually is her father. Apparently, the results came back negative, so Dad is not Nadia's biological father. How could you do this to Dad and to my sister as well? How has this story gone on for this long? It's not true. I would never do anything like that to them. Dad personally got in contact with me about it. There's no point lying now, Donna. I also took a DNA test just to be sure that my dad is my biological dad. What? You took a DNA test as well? I can't believe that this is happening. Well, as for me, I was able to confirm that the DNA was a match and that he is my dad. He said that he couldn't ask me to forgive him for the bad treatment I've received in the past, but he wanted to at least apologize, and he told me that he's sorry. So, I'm trying to take on his apology, even though I found out that I'm an only child and I have no blood-related siblings anymore. I told Dad how I was feeling and asked him if we could end the conversation. Okay, well, now I just don't know what to do if this divorce is going to happen. Will you let Nadia and I live with you? You're going to help me out, right? I'm afraid I can't do that. But why would you not help me? My eldest daughter needs to help out her own mother no matter what. Even if I did cut you off, you should still help out your mother and little sister. I don't think there's a need to not cut me off. What was done can't be undone, Mom. If I wanted to be not cut off and if I offered to help you, there would be a problem. I'm living with my husband's parents at the moment. What do you mean? How's that a problem? We just got another place, right? Also, my husband's family are all lawyers, and they know what's happening with my so-called family. Having my ex-mother and sister in the mix would cause a lot of problems, and I don't want or need that. Just can't do that to myself. But Naomi, come on, don't make such quick decisions. Dear, surely you have problems being a daughter-in-law, right? I live a life free of those sorts of problems, so you don't need to worry about anything like that. But I'm your mother. I need help, okay? Blood ties are important, and you're my blood daughter. You say that blood ties are important, but you went and betrayed my father and had an affair with another man. That's just the thing. That's a different problem to deal with later. Would you shut up, please? No matter what you say, I'm not going to help you or Nadia at all. Naomi, you can just not help me. I could end up in the streets. If you'll excuse me, I've got a life to live. No, Naomi, you can't do this to your mother. This conversation is not over yet. Wow, you're so persistent, Donna. But I'm in trouble if you don't help me and Nadia out. This is where the main topic begins. A lawyer's home doesn't cost as much money as a doctor's, right? I want you to pay the compensation that Nadia and I are being asked to pay. This conversation is not over, Naomi. If we can't live together, I would like you to get us a place to live. I also need money for living expenses, please. Naomi, did you just block my number? You can't do this to me! I've been cut off from my family for 7 years. My father has apologized, but he keeps telling me that my ex-mother and sister should live together and I should give them some money. I don't think there's anything I can do to help people who aren't willing to understand what they did wrong. In the end, my father got a divorce from my ex-mother. Nadia, who's not his daughter, was kicked out along with my ex-mother. In addition, it seems that he's currently staying at his in-laws' house. For some reason, they were thinking that my father's inheritance would come to them within the next few years, but he's still active and has no illness. By the way, my father is currently thinking about how to clean up my ex-sister's problem. I was surprised by how excited he was about making sure that they don't gain anything from these divorces. It seems that my father's revenge begins here.